Are you guys ready to chat about what it actually looks like to make sales with the reels that you are posting? If you're anything like me, you've probably seen this all over your Instagram Reels Explore tab of people talking about like how to actually make money with the reels that you post. And so I really just wanted to take an opportunity to share about my strategy when it comes to seeing results like this and making sales with the reels that I am posting on my Instagram account. And so the first thing that I really want to mention here when it comes to my personal overall strategy when it comes to reels, but also social media in general. So kind of taking a step back a little bit and thinking about, okay, so when it comes to social media and our strategy for our business, where I have seen the most impact is I use social media for visibility and for nurturing my audience and for bringing them into my world, specifically onto my email list. And then my email list is really where I'm making the most sales. Because email was made to sell, you're gonna have a lot easier time selling to someone on an email list versus your social media. Let's just say you have 1,000 people who follow you on Instagram versus 1,000 people who are on your email list. Your email list subscribers are way more likely to convert and to actually see sales, and you're gonna see higher conversions for your via your email list than you are social media. So this is my personal approach and what works for me. Obviously everyone is different, but this is what I've seen work time and time again, and really obviously not being afraid to also sell on social media, but also thinking about, okay, how can I use social media and leverage it to point people to my freebies, to low ticket items that I have that will eventually upsell them into my paid offers. And so how do you apply this practically to reels? Let's chat about that. So when it comes to Instagram Reels specifically, what we're thinking about is how can we use our reels to build our email list? And that being the primary thing that we are thinking about if we're looking to point someone to an offer with reels. And then when they join your email list, it is, encouraging them to buy your paid offers. Maybe you have a tripwire set up. Maybe you have some sort of other sales funnel set up. Maybe it's a free webinar class that they're getting pitched an offer in. Maybe, there's a nurture sequence after they join that's nurturing them to buy, right? It's really going to depend on your business, but that's really where I encourage you to start, and where you're probably going to see the most impact is by having that sort of strategy. And so for Instagram Reels, more specifically, a very impactful thing that I have seen in implementing that strategy is using a system and a tool called ManyChat. It's essentially a way to automate DMing people links to things without you having to do it. So maybe you've seen on Instagram someone say comment this word below and I'll send you a link. More than likely they're using ManyChat to automate that process of DMing you the link. And so this is where you can really set it up to help, boost your live campaigns, but also boost your email list, right? And to see email list growth. And I actually have a template that you can instantly copy to your ManyChat account. The link will be in the description if you're interested in downloading that for yourself completely for free. And you can download that or you can actually copy it to your account and have the exact settings that I use for this. And we also have a video on this channel walking you through step by step how to set that up. So we'll have both of those linked in the description as well. But an example of how this would work is, say I post a reel that is tips for growing an email list, and then the call to action of that reel, so there's a text box at the end that says, comment list for a link to my free email class to learn more. And so when anyone comments list, they're getting automatically DM'd a link to my free email class. And inside of that free email class is where I pitch my online course about email marketing. They can buy it at a discount. And so that's how I see it play out practically and how I can see and track sales. It's not directly through someone I'm DMing them a link on Instagram to my online course and they're buying, right? They're watching that free class and then buying within that free class. Another example would be a freebie tripwire. So for example, we have a freebie called our Instagram posting schedules examples. So examples of different posting schedules and how to come up with one for yourself on Instagram. And when someone downloads that, it immediately pitches our 35 days of Instagram digital products because it directly relates to Instagram and planning out your schedule and having content to post. It gives you ideas for what to post for the next 35 days. So that's an example of a tripwire we have set up. So if we know if we're going to be sharing about that freebie, it's going to lead to that tripwire and we're going to result and see sales from that. And so for you, it's thinking backwards even of what's the first step to someone when they opt into my email list, how can I set it up so I can automate some sales in my business? And no matter if you have service-based business, if you have a product-based business, you can set this up in order to see results. There's so many ways to do this, and I go over this in depth in my online course, Inbox to Income, on exactly the automations to set up and some different things to think about. But essentially it's just thinking about how you can set that up with a freebie that you have, and then that freebie strategy is like something you share about over and over and over again, not only in your reels, but also in your Instagram stories and other content as well. Besides things like direct opt-ins, like I just shared, like that's the main strategy I use for like making sales with my reels. A few other things to think about when it comes to how you can utilize and leverage reels to drive sales in your business is think about how can you tell stories and nurture your audience with free valuable content before you go to pitch them something, right? So just showing up and giving free value and truly coming up from a place of serving, no matter what kind of business you have and no matter what I've done in my business over the years, has truly served me so well in driving sales with social media content and specifically reels. Something else to think about is how can you share your journey as it relates to your ideal client and the products that you sell or the services that you offer, and how can you share about your own journey, the things you have experienced or are experiencing, to build credibility and trust and to take them along that journey with you. That's something else that I've done over the years, and just having a personal brand and also sharing about, the things that I'm experiencing and being essentially relatable, right? So whether it's something I'm experiencing now or I've experienced in the past, and incorporating that into my reels content has been so impactful for me. If you're someone who's wanting to learn more about exactly an overarching strategy for growing your business reach with reels, we also have a free reels class I'd love to invite you to watch. There's a link right down below. You can click on over and you can tune in right now, and it will give you a good idea of what to do with your reels in order to grow your business. And also go ahead and follow us on Instagram as Stephanie Case Education. We have a link to that down in the description as well, and we share daily business advice over there. So if you want more where this came from, be sure to follow us on Instagram as well. And I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye guys.